EA Sports. Straight ahead, the NFL's active leader in passing yards, Drew Brees, and the New Orleans Saints as they get set to take on the rookie Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye. And
usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year, but when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, the former Purdue Boilermaker. It's Drew Brees.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson. And a look now at the offense for New Orleans.
And we'll see the second half of their dynamic duo in the backfield, and that's Alvin Kamara, who in 2017, the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. How about this? Over 1,500 total yards and 13 total touchdowns in a debut performance. Expect more of the same and probably a little bit extra.
Now Brees throwing on second down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Brees. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. A look at the lineup defensively for the Ravens, who've been pretty good against the pass, number 10 in the league. They've been very good against the pass so far this year, number 4 in the NFL right now.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Brees will try again on 2nd down. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, they'll throw with Brees. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he
talk about players blitzing all the time, I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff looking right. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you? And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Alex Okafor able to drop him for a loss of 4.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. From the gun, Jackson. Now he's going to send this one deep right. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. And that play there, boy, almost looked like it was a video game and he didn't know what the pitch button was. Not very well executed.
Yeah, and if you don't know what it is, you better figure it out fast. I suggest knowing it before you actually run that play.
Play action. It's Jackson. Forced out to his left. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. And that's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down. Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
On second down, Kamara. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Breeze. He's got his man on the crossing route. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First grab for Thomas. It's good for a first down as well.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That throw good for 4. It's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Now Breeze on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty, but there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
No, check, Patriot! Check and look. Check the call. You. Over!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
You don't have to be a finished product to show some pretty good glimpses of what could be in this league, and we just saw an example of it on that nice run there. When I looked at him coming out of college, I saw a guy with raw, terrific ability, and I couldn't wait to see how it was going to be harnessed and polished up in the NFL. In fact, some people thought he could play a little slot receiver as well as run the football. This guy has the ability to be a big-time player with more seasoning.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they've got it here with a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
56. Mike, 56, right there.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And room there to work it inside the 25. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
56,
On 3rd down. That's Edwards. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Now they try the right side here. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On 2nd down, Peterson. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They give it to Peterson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Here on 1st down. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Ravens will extend their lead.
I think the Baltimore Ravens front office will tell you that's exactly why they drafted Hayden Hurst. He's got a potential to make a big impact in the league, especially in the red zone, and he just delivered right there.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
Shotgun now for Breeze. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So that throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
This is taken around the 12. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Gone!
Handoff comes to Peterson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
They run again on first down. Peterson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Flush to his right. Pass incomplete. They were looking the way of Decker that time, and it's 3rd and short.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cameron Jordan. Able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
Detroit!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. This is taken at the 18. 51 yards on the punt there. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Jackson on 1st down. Big hold of the 30 and all the way up to the 37-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson eluding the pressure right. Finding some room at midfield. Oh, and now he bowls him over. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where you see the final score there. Patrick Mahomes, excellent in the victory, as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. From there, let's head cross-country to D.C. to check out the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Tyrod Taylor, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.